what are the red flags that you would look for when you see the first initial sketch?
The first thing that you want to take a look at is whether the product that you want fits on the site.
Mm-hmm.
Do the width, length of the property allow for the floor plate that you are envisioning putting in there? Let's say if you're talking about a mid-rise, well, everybody knows that the optimum depth of a mid-rise building is around 60 feet. So does it give that to you? Does it allow for proper separation at the rear? Now, we used to have an angular plane to worry about in the city of Toronto, which we don't anymore. Are you able to provide a proper 5.5 meter separation to the sides if you go above the podium? Are you able to have enough of a front yard setback? So once you apply those general setbacks, are you left with enough of a meat per floor to make this work, to get the number of units or the GFA, the saleable, that you're looking to get out of it? The next thing you want to take a look at is access, pedestrian and vehicular access. I would say the best cases are where the site's located in a corner, where you're able to provide vehicular access through a secondary street, not the primary street, which is going to be very difficult to get. And the city, rightfully so, discourages that, because as buildings are being built, as low-rise buildings turn into mid-rise buildings, the street has to have a lesser number of connections that would impede on the pedestrian realm and the streetscape. So you want to have these vehicular entrances on the side streets. So do you have that capability? Is the site, like if you're looking at doing an underground garage, is your site big enough? Do you have the length to have a ramp, a traditional ramp, take the cars down to the underground garage? And when you're doing it, you also have to make sure that when you're going down to the underground, you allow not only going down a floor of height, but you have to allow also for the topsoil that needs to be put on top of the slab for landscaping. And therefore, you're looking to achieve at least between 4.2 to 4.5 meters of height through a ramp that could only have a 15% slope.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a math exercise, almost like a geometry exercise that you have to do to see if you can meet that on the side. If not, then you may be looking at alternate ways of bringing the cars down to the underground, such as a car elevator. Now, when you do put a car elevator, now you have to think about, okay, well, how many cars are going down this elevator? Is one going to be enough? And if you do go with a car elevator, what is the additional cost? And what are the logistics for issues that may arise out of maintenance if they break down? And also, do you have enough of a queuing space should 5 people get to the elevator at the same time? So all of these need to be considered.
Your circulation there, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Those are the things that initially we think about, and the height that is, we check the OP, we check the zoning, we check what is being proposed around this development. If it's an infill, that's easy. You can just go to the city's website and find out, okay, what are the active developments in the proximity of this site. And with a reasonable number of floors and the massing that comes out of respecting all the setbacks and the access point, you pretty much get a built volume. Within that, you can figure out, okay, well, how much GFA am I going to get? What is the usable or saleable area out of this? Does it make sense? That part we take back to the client. We sit down, we figure out, they do their financials to see if this is something that is viable. If not, they just move on to something else.